Well,
Hey, welcome, everyone. Welcome to Exo Sports Talk, episode number 17. We are missing a good brother Emerson, in this here evening edition, who's out due to family member loss. Please, we're sending him out, our prayers, sending prayers to his family, and also prayers to him. It's going to be a different show without him, but, we'll get through it.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, T.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Prayers go out to you, M, and your family. At this time, Exo Sports Talk would like to thank you for all of you guys for your support. We are now on all streaming platforms. Please feel free to post any comments and suggestions on how we can improve the show. If this is your first time watching, please subscribe to the channel and smack that notification bell. Please continue to tell family and friends about the show. And once again, thank you so much for all your support.
Yes, indeed.
Just a quick note. It was cousin Emerson, who's on our show, went to a funeral. Family member of ours. Her name is Kamala, and we were all close. And Yam was a strong young woman. She would tell you what she would think, but she would love to crack jokes about people and about life, and life taking way too soon.
Definitely.
And our hearts go out to her husband and to her siblings.
Yes, indeed.
Guys, congratulations to the Jamaican women track and field team. Leader Shakira Richardson choked.
In a cloud of dust.
Left in the dust. Jamaican women still waiting for her at the finish line. I want to say congratulations to Elaine Thompson Herah, the fastest woman in the world, winning the Olympics and smoking Shakira Richardson. For me, if you're going to stand up there and talk the talk, you better walk the walk.
Exactly.
She didn't do it. And this is what annoyed me the most. She posted August 21st, I'm not playing nice. If you're going to post something like that, then you better come out there and win. Coming out there placing ninth is not good. So let's just hope she can hold on to her endorsements.
Keep in mind, she's only 21. We'll see her again, of course, in in the U.S. championships and all that. But she better show up better than that, because those girls from Jamaica, them young women, they definitely showed what they had. Them some grown women. They run in with all that strength, and she still has yet to develop into her body, and become a true world-class sprinter. But like you said, they coming with everything, and she brought nothing to the table in that race. So, I mean, you beat everybody in USA, don't mean you can beat everybody in the world.
Yep. And for me, it's the agent. If you have to meet your agent, hey, don't post all this stuff. If we win, Okay. Then you could say, I told you I wasn't going to play nice.
Well,
Be a little humble and be a little smart.
not a smoker, but yeah, she got lit up on that track right there.
Yep.
No doubt. No doubt.
But
no pun intended.
yeah,
Guys, 2 weeks before the NFL season, we're going to talk about the AFC East first. Malcolm, what do you think of the New York Jets? Jets, Jets.
The Jets are the Jets. They probably would be lucky to win 5, maybe 6 games. It depends on how this new young quarterback they got. I mean, he looks promising, like you said. And we have yet to see him on true live national TV, do his thing in front of, the multi-fans that they have, multi-million fans. And they're just not a built team yet. They're better. They may be better. Defense hopefully improve. But they're still nowhere near there as far as anywhere talking about winning that division. I hope they prove me wrong. By winning at least 8 games, but I'm saying 5 or less.
wow.
Terry?
Yeah, like Malcolm said, some of the fans, they're expecting Zach Wilson to come in and be this savior for the Jets. We'll see. The potential right now is there. He's got to prove it. You got a new head coach. You got new offensive coordinator. This is a rebuild year for them. I expect to see some exciting moments from this team, but I got them maybe 4th in the division, 6 wins, 6-11.
Mm-hmm.
Better than me.
Yeah.
That's a maybe. That's a big maybe.
Brian?
I'm gonna go a little bit more aggressive than you guys. I think this is a good turning corner for the Jets. The way they are structuring the team, I like it. Drafting of Corey Davis, or picking up Corey Davis from Tennessee, drafting Elijah Moore, Jason Crowder being a third option as the receiver. But I think they're gonna do pretty well. From the preseason game, which there are just preseason, Zach Wilson has looked poised for a rookie quarterback. I'm not sure if that's because of him having 3 years in college, but he definitely looked poised. And when I say I'm going to go aggressive, I'm going to predict them to have a better record than the Patriots. I'm looking at that.
That ain't hard to do.
Yeah. So that's an improvement. So, baby steps.
Mm-hmm. You agree with that, Terry?
We got to see. I mean, the only thing I'll say is this: their head coach Robert Saleh, he's said it in the media that he's going to stick with this kid through the ups and the downs. So, remains to be seen what happens.
And please, Jets fans, don't take this the wrong way. I'm glad I'm not a Jets fan. Because the Jets will go have a flash that they're about to turn that corner, and then the wheels just come off, and then they're back to rebuilding again. And how many more times can you keep saying you're rebuilding, you're rebuilding? Imagine if you're 20 years old and you keep hearing your team, now that you're in your 40s, we're rebuilding again. Let's just hope they got it right. But this year is going to be growing pains, because I don't think they're beating New England this year. I don't think they're beating Buffalo this year. So that's 4 losses right there within their division.
That's the tough part, is their division is tough.
Yeah.
Well, you
So-
got two teams, right?
You say 4 losses. They play each one of them twice.
That's 4.
Mm, might be 6.
No, I'm just counting. I'm
Oh,
just counting Buffalo and Buffalo and the Patriots. So they play them
Okay.
twice. That's 4.
yep.
I'm not gonna say Miami because you can say that. I would leave that as it could be a split.
Pick 'em. That's a pick 'em.
Yeah. You guys making me make you think about, whoa, I really wasn't paying attention in school. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Listen to
Malcolm, Miami Dolphins.
Now I got Miami Dolphins a little better, of course. I think Miami Dolphins will make the playoffs this year. Then they're gonna make some noise. They're definitely gonna beat the Jets twice. So I got them doing pretty good, and I have a little faith in that kid Tua. I mean, a lot of people shaking their head at him. They didn't see what he did. I think he's gonna improve in the second year. I mean, he's gonna develop and he's gonna make his mistakes, but he's still a good. To me, I think he's a good quarterback. I ain't saying he's a great quarterback yet, but he's just a good quarterback. And all he has to do is manage the game. He's just a quarterback manager right now. Hand the ball off and get first downs. Their defense is pretty good, though. So they got 2 lockdown corners, so they should be doing pretty well. They're definitely going to be a playoff team to me.
Terry.
Well, it's Tua time, and we're about to see what this kid can do. I mean, he's healthy this year. They have some weapons on offense too. Jalen Waddle, and he's a receiver and he can return as well. And he's explosive. They also have this kid, Will Fuller. He was kind of didn't pan out in Houston, but he's an explosive deep threat. So we'll see how that pans out. Like Malcolm said, their defense is decent. The only thing is, I'm just not sure how it's going to pan out for them because you got the Bills and the Patriots in that division. I'll put them third in the division, going at like 9-8.
Brian.
I like the team. I like the makeup of it. If I had to pick a weakness, I'm going to take the interior of that offensive line. It kind of scares me a little bit. They did do a little bit of reshuffling. They moving Robert Hunt from guard to tackle. That's going to be interesting. And they did draft Liam Etchenberg in the second round, the offensive tackle. So they're trying to build some structure right there in the middle to kind of give Tua a little bit more room to operate. So I think they're definitely going to be right there in the thick of things. Definitely, I think they'll be battling Bills. I don't, for some reason, I don't see New England. I got them at maybe just above 500. Like I said, I'm going to take the Jets of the Patriots. So, and I do have to give kudos to the head coach, Brian Flores, because he does have them playing well, very well.
Yes.
I have questions about Miami. There's too much noise going on about Miami is looking at Deshaun Watson. Now, if that's true, that means they don't have any faith in Tua. And that tells me that they're waiting. They can, hey, Deshaun Watson, come onto the team. If you get suspended, we can still go forward this year with Tua. But you're basically saying Deshaun Watson is your guy if they pull that trigger. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger right now, but I do believe if Tua's not playing good by the trading deadline in October, here comes Deshaun Watson.
In October?
That's the trading deadline, is in
Oh.
October. So Houston will stay with Deshaun Watson, but if Tua comes off with a slow start and he's not winning games, I can see them making the trade for Deshaun Watson. I'm not sold on Tua. I'm not really sold on a lot of quarterbacks that come out of Alabama because not one of them have made it yet.
That's understandable.
Yeah. He has played well, though. Got to give him that.
And the coaching staff is good.
Yeah.
New England Patriots. Malcolm.
Now, this team, they're only going to go as far as Bill Belichick can take them because we already know his coaching background and what he does and how he gets his players. But they spent a lot of money on free agency.
Mm-hmm.
They want to build for today. He's like, I'm not trying to build these young teams. I ain't got Tom Brady no more to help me. He says, I'm going for what I got right now. He just open the checkbook, spend the money. Let's get what we can get. But I think that's a big mistake. And that kid, they got that quarterback. They're going to let Cam start it off first. Am I right? If Cam is going to start off, Cam's decent. We know Cam isn't the old Cam he was. You know, he can't sling it down. He ain't the MVP Cam. Was that 2015? He ain't the MVP Cam. We know that already. But he's definitely a baller, you know. And that kid that they got behind him, that quarterback, Mac Jones, please, he gets in there. He's going to be running for his life fast, and he ran for to go get that draft hat when he ran up there, you know, when they selected him. Because right now, Belichick is – the team will be coached well. I don't see the talent. I don't see it there. But they'll definitely make some noise in the division. Will they make the playoffs? No. I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
Harry.
Well, see, I think a little bit different. I think they can make the playoffs, depending on, you know, if Stephon Gilmore can be 100%. I think that'll have that defense clicking on all cylinders. I honestly feel like at some point Mac Jones might be the starter, and I know Cam had this little mix-up, COVID mix-up or whatever this past or the week before this week. And I heard rumors that Patriots, their camp wasn't too happy about it. And I just feel like, all right, I know whatever the mix-up was, I just didn't understand the fact for them kind of, to me, what it looked like, putting the blame on Cam, saying it was his fault. And I'm almost wondering if they could kind of use this as an excuse to hand the keys over to the kid Mac Jones. Like you said, Malcolm, they spent a lot of money, which I don't think they've done that in a long time. This offseason, they got some, you know, good wide receivers in the free agency market. Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. You got Donta Hightower returning after he sat basically last year. He didn't want to play. And I just feel like with this defense and Coach Belichick, they can make a playoff run, maybe a wild card or something. We'll see.
I'm looking at New England's schedule. Miami Dolphins first game, Jets second game, New Orleans Saints, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas Cowboys, the Chargers, Carolina Panthers, the Browns, Falcons, Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills, Jacksonville, Miami.
That's a tough stretch.
That's a tough stretch for a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. If they go 9-7, I would say pretty much a good year for New England.
Yeah.
That's as much as I would give them.
Yeah.
Hard to bet against Belichick, though.
It's hard.
Well,
It's hard to go against Belichick if Belichick had Brady. Brady was a quarterback that didn't make a lot of mistakes.
True, but he always had the defense.
Yep.
When that defense was healthy, that defense could almost compare them to, or you can call the Bucks the Patriots defense 2.0, my opinion.
And that's what I'm going to look for in the first part of the season, the first 3 games, of what their offense is going to look like. If you remember last year, first game of the season, they came out power running. It was, I think Cam may have only threw the ball maybe 10, 12 times. They just came out power running. So I think Belichick may try to go to that because the defense is going to be stout. He said you got Hightower, you got the corner coming back. A lot of guys coming back from COVID didn't play last year. And he picked up a couple of edge rushers, Ronnie Perkins and Cam McCorn from Michigan.
Mhm.
And I think those guys are going to pay dividends.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that may come to bite Belichick, when you build a team from the ground up, you can strike fear. When you add a whole bunch of free agents,
Yeah.
I got my money.
That's
So
unusual for him.
Will they want to play? Or will they just, go through the motions? Oh, the Buffalo Bills. What do you see from them, Malcolm?
Whoa. Now that's a solid team. And the defense is good. The quarterback, we know right now is playing on another level, and the receiver, Diggs is a beast. He proved that he can, do it. He can just catch the ball and run after the catch. There, no doubt they're winning that division. I mean, going away. Might as well hand it to them. I mean, barring any catastrophic injury, meaning that quarterback leaves. But I can see them going to the AFC championship myself. Sitting there waiting for whether it's the Chiefs or whoever else is coming to the AFC championship, because I definitely got the Bills there. They're one of my favorite teams this year coming up. They're a bright spot right there. That's a serious team.
Barry.
Yeah, I have to agree with Malcolm. I don't see, they didn't make any big splashes in free agency. They didn't have to. They kind of kept the team intact. I expect Josh Allen to be Josh Allen and probably be better than he was last year. And he was pretty good last year.
Very good.
He got the bag. What did he get? Like a 6-year
With the groceries.
$258 million contract. I just see this team just repeating what they did last year, waiting for Kansas City in the AFC Championship. And if Josh Allen were to go down, that's a bit, keep your fingers crossed. Bills fans, but they did pick up Mitchell Trubisky, so not saying that he's Josh Allen, but that's not a bad second string guy to have. So I got them winning the division actually. So
Yeah, I think they did a good job picking up Mitchell Trubisky for a backup. I think he can win a few games for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I see Buffalo just flat out winning that division unless Josh Allen goes down.
Yeah.
So,
No argument here.
yeah.
Definitely.
But now we go to Malcolm's division, the NFC East. Starting it off with the G-Men, the New York Giants.
Well, let me say this. Another team that went free agency, they did pretty good in the draft. I say okay. But it definitely went free agency heavy, spent a lot of money because, they had to keep up with the boys or whoever else is in that division that they're going to try to keep up with, But to me, they're basically, I'll say an 8-win team, maybe a 9-win team. They're definitely going to make some noise because they got talent on that team. They definitely got talent. But we also know They'll go as far as that kid they call Danny Dimes or Danny Penny or Danny Nichols. As far as he goes. I mean, he can't run the ball all day. He ain't Lamar Jackson. So he got to figure out a way to throw that ball, and they're going to sit back and pick him off. So they already got his number, and he knows it. Unless that guy they call that Jason Garrett can design a play for him to where it doesn't happen to throw an interception, which I mean quick short passes all day. You know what I mean? Hit the running back, hit the tight end, hit the running back, hit the tight end. Oh, let me throw it deep one time. That's what, they'll pick and choose what they do with him because they're going to control. In other words, they're going to put a pitch count on him. They're going to choose when they can use him the way they can because he's an average quarterback at best to me. I mean, he hasn't proved me wrong yet. Hell, he's actually below average right now if you're talking about it. But my thing is, they'll go as far as him. Saquon is Saquon. What do you want? I mean, the guy, when he's healthy, he's a great running back. And the key is, let's see what they all do, because that defense still has to prove. They still have to stop people also. So that's about it. I'll give them 8-8, maybe 9. I'm sorry. Don't forget we got 17 games this year.
17, yeah.
So it could be 8-9 or 9-8. Pick one.
Harry.
Well, like Malcolm said, to start off, it's a make or break season for Daniel Jones. This is third season. He has to play well for the Giants to win some games. Saquon Barkley should be back. Joe Judge was saying that he wanted to see him go through some contact drills in practice, and he should be starting if he makes it through those drills. And he doesn't experience any soreness after that. But like Malcolm said, this all comes down to Danny Dimes. You hope, Giants fans hope that he can live up to that nickname that they gave him. He's got some talent around him outside of Saquon Barkley. Wide receiver Kadarius Toney, and they have a veteran tight end in Kyle Rudolph. So, like Malcolm said, to me, the season depends on how well Daniel Jones can connect up with Jason Garrett, how that offense syncs up, and also how well that offensive line can pass block and block for Barkley, open up some holes for him. I got him going 9-8.
Brian.
I think this team is going to be almost like what the Jets were a couple of years ago. And I think they did Daniel Jones some injustice. I thought they should have addressed the offensive line desperately because you can't really evaluate them. They got the talent, running backs, some wide receivers, but he doesn't have the time. And if you ain't got no time, it's going to make you hesitant, fumble the ball, sacks, and they didn't address that. I did like some of the key pieces that they picked up on defense. Cornerback Adoree Jackson and a defensive back James Bradbury. I like that, but they didn't do anything for the line. You got a running back who's coming off of surgery. You can't work him like you did before. You got to try to take less snaps from him or reps from him. And hopefully Devontae Booker can fill those shoes and help them out a little bit. But I see them at 8-9, if that.
Yeah. They didn't address that They haven't addressed that offensive line since Eli Manning left.
Exactly. Yeah.
They didn't have a line while he was there either.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's,
Well,
I don't understand it.
I don't see that much out of the New York Giants, and it's unfortunate because you're in one of the biggest markets, and both of them, the Giants and the Jets, are going to be pretty bad this year.
Oh, well, let's mark that down because I don't think the Jets are. I'm gonna mark that down.
Well, please
Mark
do.
it down, brother.
Mark it down.
Mark it down.
Etch it out in stone.
Uh,
And And believe me, I won't come with any invisible ink. I'll come with a Sharpie. So I don't see the Giants making a run in this division at all. Look for them high in the draft. Philadelphia Eagles, Malcolm.
Cellar dwellers. Tell you right now, they're going nowhere. They're lucky to win about 4 or 5 games. Man, I mean, I love the quarterback when he came out of college, Hurst. And I think they put too much pressure on this kid. And I don't think they built that line for that kid either, you know. So they're basically hanging him out to dry. And their receivers drop balls all day, you know. So the defense is suspect, you know, suspect to average, you know. And to me, I just don't see it coming from Philadelphia at all. To me, they're going to be in the basement of the East. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I don't see nothing they improved on whatsoever.
Harry.
Yeah, I'm not expecting much out of them this season. I mean, it is the NFC East where anything can happen, but I just don't see it. Honestly, I see Jalen Hurts kind of running for his life, and that might be
exactly
their best option on offense is just to let him create something on the fly, on the run. You know, they have they drafted the Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver in Devonta Smith, but if you don't have the time to get him the ball, I don't see them doing well at all.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah.
Well, run, Hurst, run. Because you're going to be doing a lot of running this year.
Not going to be pretty for him. And I think actually, I don't like the way they went into the training camp with the head coach not naming him the starter. I'm like, you just went through this with your last quarterback. You want to
all world, by the way.
Yeah,
all world wins.
So I'm like, why would you put that out there? And if you're not sold on the kid, then you pass up on the draft. You pass out on Justin Fields. You're like, we don't need a quarterback, but you don't like the quarterback you got, and you pick a wide receiver. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So
hold on. By the way, traded up for that wide receiver. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing too. So I don't know what they're doing, honestly. And a lot of their key players have got like 8-10 years. Kelsey, Brooks, Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox. Guys got like 8-10 years in the league. They ain't got much time left. So either you trying to win now, or what are they doing?
Well, it's interesting that you said that. You didn't mention their backup quarterback, Flacco.
Yeah.
Because if Hurst comes off slow, because of those veterans that you have on Philadelphia, look for Flacco to come into the game.
He'd be worse.
Flacco to the rescue.
If that offensive line is horrible, he's a lame duck back there.
Might be better off just going with Jalen Hurts.
Don't be surprised.
He'd be a statue back there.
Yeah. Washington football team. Malcolm.
Yeah, that defense is incredible. I'm telling you right now. They got about 15 first-round picks on that line and 15 first-round picks in that whole defense. I mean, they got no choice, but that defense is going to be very good. But the key is, will they be out there all day? I'm not afraid of Fitzmagic, or Fitz, whatever you want to call him, because he don't scare me or nobody. All he's gonna do is throw interceptions and just move the ball, whatever he does. To me, they don't have enough to win this division. And I'm not just speaking as a Cowboy fan. You do see the star, but I'm not speaking. They just don't seem like enough. The defense is there, without a doubt. The defense is absolutely awesome, but I can't see them pushing anything across. You know, when it comes to that division. And it's not the strongest division in the world. We know that already. It's basically the Cowboys division to lose. So again, but the key is I just don't see it. Like I said, the offense just doesn't scare me. Fitzmagic doesn't scare me, or whatever you want to call him, Fitz whatever.
Give me what do you think their record is going to be?
Okay, the record. I can give them definitely 9 wins. I'll say definitely 9 wins. They might even get 10 wins out of them because they're that good.
Terry.
Well, we all know Chase Young and that defense is going to be ready. Like Malcolm said, though, they can't be on the field the whole game. Washington's a not even a superstar, a good quarterback away from being a contender in the NFC East. The offense they can't afford to struggle this year. And I don't know if Ryan Fitzpatrick is the guy to come in and keep the offense consistent. There's too many questions with him. I just don't see him being that jump starter to the offense that they need. So I got them. Honestly, I got them going 8-8, and I'm even throwing in a tie in there. 8-1.
Don't forget the. Well, don't forget the. Oh, he even threw a tie in there. All right.
Brian.
Defending NFC East champs. Defensive line is just stacked. Pro Football Focus has that defense projected as ranked number 2 this year. I think they will fulfill that. Got the defensive line is just stacked. You got Young, you got Sweat, you got Darren Payne, Jonathan Allen. They just got a whole bunch of players there. Fitzpatrick, game manager, but I don't even know if he can manage that. But I do think they are going to sneak by and have a positive record. I think if I had to put a number on it, the defense alone, I'm going to put them at maybe 11-6.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow. It's the NFC East, though.
Yeah.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Yeah. And I think if a team would go after Watson, that should be the team that should go after him. Sean Watson. That should be the team.
Yeah, we actually have somebody in the chat, Genti, who just said the same thing you said, Brian. Washington could trade for Deshaun. They could be really good.
Yeah. See? Somebody thinking like Big Brain.
Big brain.
Well, I like Washington. And as I've said on earlier episodes, I wanted to see Garoppolo go to Washington. I thought if Garoppolo had went to Washington, that was their division to win. They didn't do it. I think Magic Fitzpatrick is only good for about 6 wins, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off. You're a backup quarterback for a certain reason, and you're a good backup quarterback, but not for the long haul. And that's where I think Washington is going to find out. Washington, I feel, is saying, we've got a good defense, just don't hurt us.
Yeah.
He's a backup quarterback. Sooner or later, he's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Malcolm, I'm saving you for last on this.
Go for it.
Harry, Dallas Cowboys with the big star on their side of their helmet.
Well, they have Dak. He's healthy. That's a good thing for them, because that team is only gonna go as far as Dak takes them, in my opinion. I'll put my cowboy hate aside and say, they you would think they improved their defense. They made 6 consecutive picks in this year's draft. All defensive backs. Their linebacking core looks really good. They got Ty Parsons, Gabriel Cox, Keon O'Neal. The question mark for the Cowboys, it seems every year, is that secondary. They do have Trevon Diggs, but who's lining up opposite of him? That's a question mark. And they do have Dan Quinn, which used to be Seattle's defensive coordinator. So can he turn that Cowboys defense into the Legion of Boom 2.0? We're going to have to see. But with all that being said, I got the Cowboys winning the division at 10-7.
Brian.
Wow, you got them winning the division, huh?
Winning it.
America's team, but not for me. So, but they do got a good, solid team. I'm not gonna front on that. I think that they need to be cautious and they need to make sure that Zeke carries most of the load and let Dak get his feet wet and not try to come out there and throw for 30, 40 attempts in a game like how he's been doing prior to that. So with that, I think they will be a good, solid team. And it was an interesting stat that I've looked at. Run defense was ranked 26. Coverage defense was 27, but the pass rush was 10. So it's telling you that they're getting to the quarterback. They just needed some help on the back end with the corners, whether they're playing man-to-man or coverage, however they do it. I think Kelvin Joseph that they drafted is going to pay dividends for them. He's a physical, good ball-hawking DB. So I think that's going to pay dividends. And their linebackers, I love them. I like the way they can go from end to end, and they can cover and blitz. But I still have Washington winning that division, Dallas being second.
I think Dallas has the most talent on offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dallas got a good front four on the defense, getting to the quarterback. I love the linebacker that Dallas got from Penn State in the draft.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The only problem that I see with Dallas is this. Can you play better than the other team in front of you? I think at times last year, and I'll wait for Malcolm to say what he has to say, Dallas didn't play up to their expectation. It was at times before Dak got hurt. Dak was all of a sudden, it was like a two-alarm fire. Okay, guys, let's get going. Don't play down to your competition. Beat the competition down in the ground like you're supposed to. I hand it over to Malcolm.
Brother, you're 100% right. I mean, I'll give you that. They played down to the competition, period. And they also, what you would know, right, they have more talent on offense than Washington got on defense. Okay? That's where I'm going with this scale tipper here. And my thing is, Dallas defense was horrible. I mean, first of all, every team went through the pandemic. Nobody went through mini camps. Nobody went through, OTAs or anything because of the pandemic last year. And they had a new coach who was throwing in all kinds of complex and defense. They were all out of space. If you notice, whenever they would get burnt, they didn't get burnt. They was just missed assignments. Dude was wide open for touchdowns. You know, I don't mind you getting burnt. Just don't be a wide open, broken down defense. In other words, broken down assignment where you're not supposed to be. So they dumbed down the defense for them. And B was right about, the pass rush. The pass rush is there. And, of course, their top three linebacking core, when they got Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith, of course, they had Parsons. And, the backups are pretty good because Neal and that kid, Jabril Cox, who I love, who to me may be the steal of the draft, I hope.
Yeah.
To me, maybe the steal of the draft. But like I said, Dak is Dak. Dak's the best player on the team. Dak's the best player in the division. Okay, to me. Okay, as long as he's doing his thing, and and Zeke stopped fumbling the ball like a fool, okay, and turn it over like crazy. They always played catch up. They was down, fumble, and then they're playing catch up, and Dak's throwing the ball 40, 50 times.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way because they have more skill. Like I said, the key is field position. We always started off with the worst field position in the league for the past 3 years. We had the worst. We all start off like the 11, the 10, or the 5, and have to work our way all the way downfield. This time, be ahead of the cone, be ahead of the lines, be ahead of the chains. Obviously, I'm a homer, a Cowboy fan, so I'm going to have to say, I'm going to pick my Cowboys to win at least 11 to 12 games. That's just me. Is it reality? Is it, how can I say, I ain't wearing star glasses. These are regular glasses, So it is what it is, so I'm not hiding behind that. My thing is the talent's there. It's no excuse. Coaches got to get them out there to play. The key is do your job. And the defense can't be no worse than it was last year. That was horrible. So they got no room but improvement. Only way you can go is up. That's all I'm gonna say. Go Cowboys. Looking forward to you going to the NFC, hopefully East Championship.
If you wish upon the star.
They do. I'm getting a 10-gallon and cowboy hat.
Gonna get it. We're gonna get you one.
Make sure you get me that
division.
Make sure you get me that belt buckle. Guys, NFC West. The Los Angeles Rams. Harry.
I'm not expecting much out of the Rams this year, to be honest with you. They've lost some talent over the past 2 years. They do have what I would say, if you exclude Patrick Mahomes, the best player in football right now, Aaron Donald. They brought in Sony Mitchell. They're going to be expecting a lot from him. But I just don't see it. They lost a lot of talent on the offensive end of the ball. I feel like their window is kind of closing, or it might already be closed for them to be competitive in this division. But Sean McVay's going to have to coach his butt off this season, in my opinion. I got them 9-8, going 9-8, third in the division.
Malcolm.
San Francisco, huh? Notice the Rams, right? We're talking about, right?
The Rams.
Rams, yeah. Bro, they lost Cam Akers, right?
Yes.
That was huge. That's why they picked up Sony and Michelle.
Yep.
Because they got no running game. They had no running game, and that kid Cam Akers was a beast. And he was coming into his own. Too bad he got injured and he's out for the season. The coach, they got great coaching over there. They got a good job they do over there, and the quarterbacks, he's an average quarterback who can actually fling the ball. So, it's no big deal. God. I'm going to give them a good, I give them 9-8 or 10 wins, 9 or 10 wins. I can give them that. They're a good team. They're still a solid team because, like you said, Aaron Donald's, like you said, he's the most talented player on defense in the league, and he's proven it day in and day out. The man, he just can't be stopped. But their secondary was great last year, but they lost a lot of secondary players in free agency. So, and it is what it is. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Jalen Ramsey ain't that good to me. You're gonna watch him get burnt this year. He's gonna get roasted. I'm gonna tell you right now. He's doing a lot of talking. Watch him get roasted. Mark my words. You will see him get roasted at least 3 times this year, hands down.
Brian.
Matthew Stafford, this is going to be, we get to see what everybody expected to see when he was in Detroit. So is he all that, or was he never was that? Going to be the question, and it's going to be shown because he has the talent, he got the weapons, he got the defense. So if he can put up the numbers that he did, 26 touchdowns, 10 INTs, over 4,000 yards, I think that'd be enough to get the Rams over the hump from the previous quarterbacks they had. But they're gonna have a tough ride because you know Seattle's probably gonna be solid. Cardinals is not gonna be easy, so that's gonna be a real tough division for them to come out of. But I do have them coming out of that division. I think be number one in that.
I am not impressed with the Rams coach. Everybody calls him the offensive guru. I did not see that offensive guru in the Super Bowl against New England. Second of all, for me, with the Rams, the next following season, they got rid of the defensive coordinator. And Wade Phillips, who I thought he had an outstanding defense against New England in that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So you point the finger that he's got to go. Now this year, you've got to walk into the owner's office and say, I think you need to get rid of your franchise quarterback and get an older quarterback, and you'll have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know you just built $1 billion stadium, but that franchise kid isn't making it. This is going to be put up or shut up. Because if he doesn't win with the quarterback, who do you point the finger at now? So I see the Rams. I don't see them getting 10 wins. I don't see it at all.
Oh, yeah, not even 10.
Wow.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Arizona Cardinals. Tell me how you feel about them, Terry.
They're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Kyler Murray, he's improving each and every year. Now you got D Hop. That offense is dangerous. I got them coming in second in this division. They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a problem in this division. They're going to be a problem for anybody in the league, in my opinion. I saw this coming once they drafted this kid, and then you add a piece like Hopkins to the team. They're on the up and up. I expect nothing but good things from them this year. So I say they come in second in the division.
Malcolm.
I'm kind of going to agree with my brother Terry there, you know. They're good teams. Murray's, we know he's the beast, you know. And they got J.J. Watts this year on that defense, you know. They picked up A.J. Green, who's a steady receiver, you know, going to be on the other side of D-Hop. And, you know, the key is he's always hurt here and there, but he's still a steady receiver. And we know D-Hop is the man, you know. They also picked up Chandler Jones, and linebacker, you know, who's the defense is going to be for real, you know. They're definitely going to be a good defense, without a doubt. And the key is, how good would their running game be? I don't know if I'm a believer in Edmonds, but, you know, if they can move the ball, they're going to definitely run it with Kyler Murray. He's definitely going to run it. He's a threat every time he touches the ball. But the key is they need him to throw it, not run it. So they're definitely, I agree with him, they're definitely a second-place team, and they will make noise. I'll tell you right now, they're definitely fighting for a wild card position. And I'm going to say they may actually make the playoffs. They may actually make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Wild card wise, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Brian.
I have them making the playoffs. I got them coming in second in that division. I like Kyler Murray. I think they addressed The offensive line is solid. And then Rodney Hudson from the Raiders to solidify the middle to keep that push from coming in his face. Wide receiver Randall Moore, I think it's gonna do some damage because Hops is gonna get double. AJ Green, he's not what he used to be, but he's still a solidified number 2 at this stage in his career. If you want to say he's 1, but I would say 2. But working that middle more, I think that's going to open that up. They have a decent tight end as well. And with Kyle's mobility, that's a threat in itself as well. So I got them coming out as second in that division. Picking up Watt was a plus. If he can stay healthy, that'll be a plus as well. Help that defense solidify itself. But I definitely think they're going to make some noise, and I got them coming in second.
Well, they got Connors from Pittsburgh, so they have a two-headed running game. And then you add Murray, that's 3, and he can throw the football. I'm looking to see what will J.J. Watt bring to the team. I was reading an article on him that he was fed up with the doctors and the trainers in Houston because they would tell him, hey, you got to take it easy. And he followed them, and he wound up wasn't able to play to the full potential. And he said, forget this. He went back to his old trainer, and when he told the trainer, I got to be, trainer told him, go at it. Just do your workout. And he has a very intense workout. And through his workouts, he said he feels like the old J.J. Watt. Now, if he's the old J.J. Watt, they got to steal for the price of what they gave him. And I see them coming in second in the division. Malcolm.
Yes.
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, man. I am never counting the Seahawks out.
Give me the Seahawks in a minute.
I'm going to tell you right now, Russell Wilson's awesome, one of the best players in the league, hands down. And I see the Seahawks probably winning this division. I mean, obviously, them and San Fran's going to fight for this division, hands down. But I'm a lean on the Seahawks because right now they got DK Metcalf. That kid is awesome, absolutely awesome. I mean, and they, with their defense, which is not great, but it still gets the job done. So I'm gonna give the Seahawks probably at least 11 wins. I'm gonna say 11 wins for the Seahawks.
Terry.
Russell Wilson, he can almost single-handedly win the game for the Seahawks. I combine him with DK Metcalf, who is a beast of a wide receiver. He's only going to get better. They always give my Niners a hard time. Like Malcolm, I have them coming in second in the division. I have them getting 11 wins. With Pete Carroll, they're always competitive. And that's even when they don't even have the best of talent. The defense, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is the Seahawks defense in the post Legion of Boom era. So that could be the only factor that kind of messes them up this year. But we'll see.
Brian.
I want to see how they get off to a good start or a bad start. They get off to a bad start. Will the rumors pop up again? Notice how before you heard Russell wanted out. Will those pop up again? But if they get off to a good start, obviously all that'll be silenced. So I think it's basically all on him. The offense, they have some weapons. Picking up Dwayne Eskridge to play in that slot area to give Metcalf some room to move around, not be in one area. Helps out a lot. So I got them coming in, I believe, Rams third. I got them coming in third in that division.
Ah,
Well,
Yeah.
count Russell out.
I
I ain't say they won't make the playoffs, but they're third. So,
I see Seattle winning the division.
Ooh.
And, you know, the general manager can say what he want to say about Russell Wilson, but the bottom line is this. You got a franchise quarterback, and if you take a look at what's happening around the NFL with other teams trying to get a quarterback up to speed and just be a productive quarterback, cut the madness. A quarterback is not a dime a dozen in this league, and you got a franchise quarterback. So get on the right page with him and just make the man happy. I see Seattle winning this division. Terry, I'm saving you last on your 49ers of gold. Malcolm, 49ers.
There's gold upon them hills. Just might not be enough W's. Listen, the Niners are a good team. I mean, that kid Kittle, he's a beast. He's a beast, man. I wish I had a tight end like him. I mean, and we know the defense with Bosa and that other pass rusher they got. The kids, they get to the quarterback. And I think they be like racing to the quarterback. That's how much they're fast they get there. Defense holds up. What disappointed me last year was their running game because I put a lot on that Mostert kid and he let me down. You know, because the way he cut up 2 years ago in that playoff, he was cutting them up like, choo, choo. He was doing a great job. Now, I don't know what they're going to get out of their running game this year as far as, you know, Mostert or whoever else they got in that backfield. But Deebo Samuel's got to stay healthy, you know. And they got that kid, was it Akini, whatever that dude is, Akil? He's pretty good. Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good receiver. Like I said, they have a good, solid team top to bottom. They're going to be fighting for the division, hands down. The number one seed in the division because they give each one, of course, the Seattle a hard time. I'm telling you right now, Arizona's going to beat one of those teams at least once or twice, you know. So Arizona's a problem. That's one of the other best divisions in football. Them in the AFC, was it AFC? I said the North. The one with the what was that? The AFC East. No, that's the North. I said that right. With the Ravens and everybody in there. But you know that division with Pittsburgh and Ravens, that's the great division too. But this I'm saying right now, that team is a good team, and if they lose, it's because they did it. Because right now they're built to win. That's for sure.
Brian.
And piggybacking off of Malcolm, that team is built to win now. And the only issue is they don't know what to do at quarterback. You got Jimmy G in that last game I seen him play. He looked confused. I think he needs a change of venue. But at the same time, it looked like they don't want to throw the rookie quarterback out to the wolves as well. So how does this play out? Can Jimmy G hold off so they're ready to get this kid ready to play? That's going to be tough, especially in this division. Beating up on one another, it's going to be tough. And I see them coming in. It's going to be crazy. I got them coming in last. Yeah.
Make sure you write that down.
Whoa. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I give Jimmy G a lot of credit for being a class act. Saying that we're going to draft a quarterback in the first round and we want you to stay on. Because if I was Jimmy G, I would have said, let me get this straight. You're bringing in somebody to replace me, and you want me to stick around for 1 year? How about this? Get me out of here. Then you can play your drafted quarterback all you want. But you're not messing up my career behind this.
Depends on how you look at it. I'll be like, am I still getting paid? Okay.
Nope.
Yep.
Folks, look up the movie The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. There was a player on the team because they were the worst team, and his name was Tucker, and he pulled up his jersey, and he had written on his chest, "Trade me." And that's what I would do. Trade me. I'm not sticking around for this.
Like white on rice.
Yep.
Like
But-
stink on.
But I see the 49ers in third place in their division. T, with your Yankee trucker hat on, it's on you.
Well, I mean, it's not much to say for me. I mean, it all comes down to can they stay healthy, not just on offense, but defense. If they can do that, this team can get back to the Super Bowl with all the talent they have on the team. Like Malcolm said, I mean, last year, he was hurt too, Malcolm. I expect him to have a big year this year. I'm expecting Jimmy G, like you said, you know, they drafted a quarterback. But one thing I will say about Garoppolo is the kid is, at least on camera, calm, cool under pressure. I know he didn't look good that last preseason game, but they're saying that he looks the sharpest that he's been in camp. So I'm expecting him to play well this year. And I actually like the fact that they did bring in Trey Lance because I think it brought out, it kind of lit a little fire underneath him. He may not show it. He may not say anything on camera, but like I said, this kid, he's a cool customer. And I'm expecting them to win their division with that defense, especially that defense. When they're 100% healthy, that defense is one of the best in the league. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Niners fan. You guys know it. I'm predicting them come first in the division at 12-5.
You should have wore a 49ers hat then, instead of coming out with a New York Yankees trucker hat edition.
Hey, game recognizes game, so they say.
We want to thank everybody for listening to our show today. Terry, please tell them what they could do.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please feel free to leave any comments and suggestions or any criticism, as we take criticism and we always look to improve the show. Once again, thanks for tuning in. God bless and good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. See if anybody else gets smoked in racing or anything else.
Anything of the sort. Last place, Niners beat? Really?
Are we friends? I don't even know.
He lit you up.
I think
I don't know you.
I think they went to give the lady from the Jamaican team a ticket, speeding ticket for going so